name is Udit Sabhuwal, and I'm going to be giving you a few last week tips for cracking the Delhi University joint entrance test. A brief background about myself: I passed out of the Shahid Sukhdev College of Business Studies in 2015. I was ranked 107 in Bachelor of Business Studies and ranked 78 in Bachelor of Financial and Investment Analysis. And through the course of this video, I'm going to be giving you a total of 6 tips, which can help you make the most of your preparation in this last week. Revise current affairs and general knowledge daily. When I say current affairs, you can do 2 things. You can either pick up uh, the previous weeks or the previous month's newspapers and go through all of that, or if you've joined a institute, you can pick up their material and go through that. The third option is you can go through a Twitter feed, or you can go through a Facebook feed where you've kind of subscribed to a lot of news and media publications like Times of India or Economic Times, Fortune, Forbes, Harvard Business Review. You can pick up stuff from all of there, and that can kind of get you up to date. So do this while you're doing something unproductive like watching television, or catching up on a movie, or for that matter even talking on the phone. The idea is to just keep browsing through all of this. Make sure that you catch up on the most recent updates. For instance, uh, what are the new chief ministers that have been appointed, what are the new appointments that are happening by the government, any new scheme that's been introduced by them. From a business perspective, what companies are launching new products, and what are they named, what categories are they in, what are the kind of mergers and acquisitions that are happening, and you should be good to go. In case you don't have material, you can log on to cladgyan.com. They have a crazy amount of compendiums, and each of these compendiums has a lot of stuff in them which covers the entire year's news. So you should be good to go post that. Number 2, revise all formulas of quant and go over mock tests. If you haven't given mock tests, it's absolutely fine. Still go and revise all the formulae that are out there. Focus more on the basics. If you have the basics in place, you can solve most of the questions. Practice each question that you got wrong at least 5 times. Obviously, you've put in a lot of effort. You would have had a lot of circles in the worksheets, or books that you've been referring to. Practice each of those questions that you got wrong, so that those are kind of automated. You have to be a terminator when it comes to attempting questions, especially those in quant, because you can verify the answers and you can know that I've secured these marks for sure. Quant is the only section that allows you to do that. Tip number 3: follow a similar process for logical reasoning and data interpretation. For logical reasoning, there are a specific type of questions that get asked. Uh, you have the letters, and you have to codify them, coding, decoding. If you should know, what A corresponds to, what K corresponds to, what L corresponds to. If it's that, practice specific type of questions. Uh, for data interpretation, you should know what percentages are. So for instance, if it's 12.5%, you should know it's 1 by 8. Basically converting percentages to fractions. Other than that, you should know tables up to 25, and you should be very well conversed with 2-digit and 3-digit multiplication, to the extent that you should be able to do it all orally. Tip number 4: for verbal, just don't do a lot, because not much can be done at this point of time. If you want to go over basic grammar rules, all well and good, please do that. 5, watch a movie before the day of the exam. Seriously, this is probably the most important thing that you need to do right now. This is your holy grail to crack uh, the entrance test right now. Watch a film before the exam. It's an aptitude test. It's not a typical CBSE examination jahan pe you need to ratify every single thing that is there. You basically just watch a movie and chill out. Seriously, watch a movie. Uh, few recommendations from my end. I watched Midnight in Paris, worked out for me, so I recommend it to anyone who asks me, what is the key to cracking CBS. You can catch up on Before Sunset or Before Sunrise. You can catch up on When Harry Met Sally in case you want to watch rom-coms. If you're a Wes Anderson fan, two films here: Grand Budapest Hotel and Darjeeling Limited. And John Hughes is my uh, favorite director when it comes to teenage comedies. And since a lot of you are just out of school, this Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the perfect film to catch up on. Pray for good luck. It's that one thing that can change and it can turn the tide in your favor. Just pray for good luck. Go to a temple, go to a mosque, go to a gurdwara, go to a church, but do make sure that you have that checked off so that the good luck factor isn't going against you.